An American actress in an American science fiction psychological thriller television series, Severance, was rewarded with a dance show and was absolutely blown away by the dance scene. What warranted the dance show put together for her? What did the dance show entail? What other events are going on with the television series? Watch this video to the end to find out. First up, the dance scene was awarded to Halle Britlower. With its distinctive fusion of drama and science fiction, Severance was one of the year's most critically acclaimed television programs. One of the most unforgettable visual sequences resulting from the outstanding production design is the dance party in episode 7. A 5-minute music dance experience is given to Halle Britlower, the team's most disobedient member who has achieved a milestone in her number crunching. She was given the option to select one musical style and one accessory, and she chose the maraca, although Irving, played by John Turturro, suggested that she choose the castanets. She chooses Defiant Jazz, and Tremel Tillman's Milchick uses a remote to turn the horrifying fluorescent lights into disco lights. Adam Scott, who portrays Mark, the primary character, told Seth Meyers that the disco lights were a wonderful surprise. He said that shooting that entire sequence ended up taking nearly 2 days, and that the surprise on the day had to do with the fluorescent lights they had been using for months and months that Ben Stiller, the director, had kept a secret from them. The actor who plays Milchick, Tremel Tillman, activates a remote control once the music begins, and the lights transform into disco lights. Scott continued, "Every inch of the ceiling, we were completely unaware that it would take place. Actual actors who have been imprisoned in this room for 9 months and are being blinded by disco lights are what you see when we react by sort of marveling at these lights." This dance scene's ability to change the course of the series is what makes it so brilliant. In the middle of episode 7, the music dance experience occurs. At the end, Dylan and his co-workers have united in devising a scheme to link their innies with their outies' lives. In The We Are, the season finale, they put this into action. On a deeper level, the dance sequence serves as a microcosm of the themes that have pervaded the whole run of the series, addressing a variety of issues. Let's look at the music. A form of revolt, jazz is a musical genre. Jazz is an erratic genre musically because the polyrhythms from various instruments blend and mix to create some semblance of harmony. This allows for improvisation, which is a key element of the genre. Jazz music is challenging to categorize because it incorporates a variety of genres and is allowed to exist without strict rules. Jazz is intrinsically defiant due to this and the genre's own history of revolution for the Black communities that gave rise to it. The dancing scene demonstrates that it is impossible to achieve the ideal separation between business and personal life despite the goal of severance. The office will be invaded by daily life. Next up is the terrifying online urban legend that influenced Severance. Dan Erickson, who penned Severance, attributes the series' inspiration to a number of sources. In an interview with Inverse, Erickson listed several films as inspiration for the series, including The Truman Show, Office Space Brazil, The Stanley Parable, and even Dilbert, but he then focused on one particular creepypasta. Erickson then said that there were stuff like The Back Rooms, which is a weird online urban legend. An unsettling urban tale on the internet is The Back Rooms. It is generally believed that this dimension is similar to our own and is made up entirely of endless hallways and office space. According to the legend, the back rooms are typically inaccessible, but on occasion, if you're unlucky, you can slip through reality and end up stranded in the unending maze of empty offices and corridors. Scary, huh? 4chan is where the backrooms were made. Users were urged to report unsettling photographs that just feel wrong in a forum. The first image of the backrooms and the summary of the narrative were provided by an anonymous source. Since then, a number of users have added a variety of different components to the mythology, such as monsters, levels for the backrooms, and methods for returning to our world. The backrooms' eerie atmosphere is brought on by the idea of liminality. Although we aren't specialists on the subject, the general concept is that temporary locations make individuals feel a little disoriented since, subliminally, they signify a shift in the state, and nobody likes change. The backrooms stand for an endless borderland. In a never-ending maze of halls, you can never locate your destination. You wouldn't be able to discover your old or new status quo, leaving you restless all the time. The backrooms scare us because they are both familiar and foreign at the same time. Although it's a relatively new idea, it's thought that one of these things that makes The Shining so terrifying, that transitional areas are inherently terrifying. Kubrick transformed the Overlook into the ultimate liminal zone, an undoubted hotel with endless corridors and corners viewers, just like he did with the Backrooms. During an Apple event, a Severance Season 2 teaser appears at random. We could have seen the first glimpse of Severance Season 2 thus far. A small clip from the popular sci-fi series was shown during the Apple Far Out event that unveiled the iPhone 14. Though it was just a few seconds long, it was more than enough to have fans buzzing. When we say that this was brief, we really mean that you could blink and miss it. Who should emerge on the screen during an AirPods advertisement at the showcase but what seems to be Helly R, one of Severance's key innies, as represented by Britt Lower. In one part of the video, one of the hosts talk about how to get rid of noise while riding a train to infinite loop. The host exits and Helly boards. Later, Helly reappears, this time waiting for the subterranean train to arrive at her stop. For Helly's second appearance, Severance's theme lingers in the background as the screen begins to glitch out. This might all be an elaborate Easter egg since Severance is an Apple TV exclusive TV series, but the last time the business made such a big deal out of an homage to one of its properties, it was a shortbread recipe from Ted Lasso. This is a little more direct and might imply that we won't have to wait long to learn what the show's future plans are. Next up, will the director of Severance ever act in the series? Severance, the breakout sensation on Apple TV Plus, is produced and directed by Ben Stiller, who has never actually appeared on screen. At the 2022 Emmys, Stiller exclusively revealed to Live from E that he is content to stay behind the camera. On the red carpet on September 12, he remarked that he adored directing the series and didn't want to tamper with anything. He continued by saying that he was thrilled right now because the cast was fantastic. For its debut season, Severance received an amazing 14 Emmy nominations, including one for director Ben Stiller's work on the episode The Way We Are. The actors who starred in the series, Adam Scott, Christopher Walken, and John Turturro, received acting nominations as well. Ella Stiller, his 20-year-old daughter, who accompanied her father on the red carpet, may join them in front of the cameras even if Stiller isn't particularly eager to. On his big night, Ella raved over her father, claiming she was very proud of him. She also appeared to be more than delighted to join the stellar ensemble cast, as she revealed to Live from E that it was her favorite show and that she was obsessed with the series. Ella and her father have previously collaborated on projects, as Ella made an appearance in one of the 7 episodes of the 2018 limited series Escape from Dannemora, which Ben directed. Finally, Severance director Ben Stiller says the show's cast was influenced by The Office. When constructing the archetypes that Phil Lumon, writer Dan Erickson, and director Ben Stiller drew inspiration from previous Office-themed productions like the comedy series The Office. Star Adam Scott has his own experience with Office humor in Parks and Rec, a television series that is quite similar to The Office in tone. The impact of Ricky Gervais' original UK series only grew when the US version of the program became such a great success. Although Severance doesn't possess any gym-like looks to camera, Stiller admitted in a recent interview that he had The Office in mind when choosing the actors. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, he stated that the other characters, aside from Scott's Mark, were all fascinating stereotypes of the office and workplace. I adore the television program The Office, so it was challenging for me not to think, oh, Zach Cherry's Dylan kind of ties to Dwight in a way. The real difference between Severance and The Office, however, is that Severance emphasizes the sacrifices you make in one part of your life to improve the quality of the other half, in contrast to Gervais's comedy in The Office, which portrays the workplace as a sort of haven from reality. Take Meredith's dislike of parenting, for instance. This video has come to an end. Thank you for watching. We have enlightened you about matters related to the television series Severance. What other shows do you want us to feature? Let us know in the comment section. Please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel.